everyone. How's it going? Sorry, I was deep reading something then. Unfortunately, you're just stuck with me and Tom.
Yeah.
Right?
Marn and Dad.
Man and Dad. Yeah, I don't know. Are we allowed to say where Broden is? Well, he's just busy. He's too busy for us.
Too busy?
Too busy. That's what he said. He said, what, your dogs? I don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah, he's a superstar on a ad campaign that shot for like 14 hours yesterday and is going over by like 4 hours today too. So just the cool dudes, I guess.
Yeah. That how it be.
That'd be how it be.
That'd be how it be, is what it is.
Yeah, we push on. We persevere.
But given it's just the two of us, let us know if there's anything in particular you want us to talk about.
That is very clever.
Yeah, you give us the topic.
Yeah.
Let's crowdsource.
And we'll talk about it.
And then we'll talk about it.
How's everyone's weeks been?
Where's Marns steroids? That's a great question. Do I sound a bit stuffed up?
No, I don't think so.
You're going to be hearing that.
You got to bring the steroid energy and replace it.
Oh, is that it? Because I'm a bit like...
No, but you need it. We need it. We need steroid energy.
It's been a big week. So I am on the Red Bull at 6:40 at night, which means I will not be sleeping, which means I'll be extra... But I'm on the tennis tomorrow night. So I'm like, I need to sleep in tomorrow because I could be working quite late.
Is that Wimbledon?
Yeah, because Alex Dimonor plays tomorrow night. And you know how like even if they're like, okay, well, he's set to play at 8 p.m, but with the rain delays, which have been happening, that could be easily be pushed like 10 p.m. later. And then I'm working till like 2 a.m.
I know I'm going to sound like an absolute idiot right now, but I sort of just didn't clock that you cover
Wimbledon.
Events overseas except for like the Olympics.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's Wimbledon. It's such a big one. And especially with Alex Dimonor, he's 9th in the world at the moment. And he could have a deep run.
Right. And are you live blogging this stuff often or is it more like,
because we've got Mark McGowan is over.
Yeah, right.
In England. With the help of Tennis Australia.
Right, that's cool, I guess.
I know. So I'm going to start any people listening from big organisations that want to send me around the world.
So do you often have to do like 4 a.m. like a footy game or like a English football game and stuff?
I've had to do a few Tottenham ones with Ange.
Oh, right.
But it's just going to be a problem, not a problem. It's going to be my life for the next bit because I'm rostered 4 p.m. till midnight for the Olympics and the Matildas play at 3 a.m.
Oh, God.
So and it's not like I can take a quick 20-minute nap.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
So I'll be working, so I'll be nocturnal for a bit. But I did manage to get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off so that I can recover Tuesday, do this still during the Olympics, and then... But I'll be a zombie, I think.
Especially because you're our new fearless leader. We've kicked off Broden, so it's all you, Marns.
Broden's abandoned the ship.
Yeah, exactly. So we need you.
And me.
We need you bad. Yeah, great. That's fascinating, actually. I should have left that for on pod. Ask you about your work schedule.
I don't think... Do people care about my work
I just assumed just from like a lot of... Like, obviously, I knew you did late games and I knew you had like no set work hours, but I also sort of felt like you were a bit of a 9-to-5er as well as that.
No, which makes it so hard to organise, to just get into a routine. Because even just like, I quite like I get up at 7, go to the gym before I go to the office. But then it's like weeks like this where like even they had to have me on standby for the tennis on Monday. So it's like even though I was only doing my normal print work, I had to do it at night in case they needed me for the tennis because the person that was on had a dentist appointment. Yeah,
right. You should have a lot of dentist appointments booked for times. Like I would love to read your EBA. One day I'll get a hold of that and go through it.
Honestly, yeah.
Tom, your mic is much louder than Marnie's. How is that even possible?
Really?
I wonder why. It could be just because I talk right into it like a loud person.
I feel like I'm pretty close. I feel like I'm as close as you are.
Maybe that'll be better. I just turned mine down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Seeing as I'm going to be nocturnal, if there's anyone listening as well who have good snacks, I'll be eating a lot of crap, I think.
Yeah.
Because I want to make it fun as well. Because we have to be in the office, even though I'll be on my blog, we have to be in the office because I want that sense of camaraderie with all like the sub-editors and stuff. And I was like, I love that. So I'm like, I'm going to make like Olympic themed snacks. And like I want to dress up as like a different Matilda every day.
And where are the Olympics?
Paris.
So like some baguette.
I was going to be an obnoxious French accent.
Baguettes and croissant, that's what I reckon. I like these snacks that you did. I've never seen anyone do this before.
this is my dinner. I got a punnet of tomatoes with oil and salt.
Did you?
No, it comes with a little packet of oil and a little packet of salt.
That. That's pretty groovy.
It actually looks pretty gross, but it's just tomatoes in oil and salt.
It would taste delicious, I'm sure.
Some hummus and some rice crackers.
People are making lots of jokes now about Broden's mic being off. It's very good.
That's quite
very good, guys.
Good job.
Should we crack in, Marns?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whenever you're ready, I'll be ready with the pill.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
You don't need to be. You're excellent, and I'm here to support you.
Guacamole is a goat snack. That's so true.
That's true. Not very French though.
But because it's the Olympics, maybe we should have like different country themes every day.
That makes perfect sense. I like that. Yes. Do like a Japanese day. Yes. Fuck yeah.
And everyone else in the office will be like, Marnie, just do your fucking job. All right. Just like Melbourne in the back half of this season, Broden Kelly has gone missing. Welcome to the Footy with Broden Kelly without Broden Kelly. On Wednesdays, episodes with Marns. Will Essendon also go missing this year like they did last year? Anyway, let's talk about it. It's round 17. Bounce that pill. All right. How was that? Was that okay?
That was one of the funniest intros I've ever heard.
Oh, really?
I do love when you just go at Broden about the D's and stuff. It's excellent.
It's so easy. Yeah, I have to be careful though because as I alluded to just then, do you remember this time last year, Essendon were in 5th on the ladder after round 17 and we're about to go into round 17. They're currently 4th on the ladder. Okay. And then Essendon, do you remember when they lost to GWS by 126 points? And then they lost to Collingwood by 70 points. They finished their season with back-to-back losses, a cumulative of 196 points.
Yeah, right. See, I don't specifically remember that, but I do remember thinking they'll finish like 14th, 15th this year. You know, I think like they're not good.
Oh, I mean, if history repeats itself, nosedive, like genuine crash.
Yeah. Well, do you think they've got an easy run or a difficult run?
I think that it is difficult for Essendon because they don't necessarily play well against bad teams. Yeah. Yeah. Because even even this season, I feel like they beat West Coast the first time around by a single goal. Yeah. Like it's even though they're playing Gold Coast, they're playing West. I don't play West Coast again. And it's just lower down the ladder teams. Sometimes Essendon can revert to a lower standard when they play lesser teams. And when they're actually challenged by good teams, they play quite.
They show up.
They show up. In saying that, they recently lost to Geelong by 46 and Carlton by 26.
Yeah, I love it. But at least you don't have to travel. Like that's the silver lining.
I'll be there on Friday.
Yeah, fantastic. We're going to have a big event for round 24 or whatever it is. For Suns Essendon.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant for a second this Friday. I was like,
remember our big event we organised? Yeah. So where is Broden?
Where's great question.
He just hasn't shown up.
He thought, like I'm too good for this shit now.
Well, we should tell people just so they don't think he's like really sick or something, you know? Because he's been on the roads and that. Yeah,
he has been, I would say, working himself very hard recently. Yes. And I would like to acknowledge that. I feel like the two of you work so hard. Like even if I think about I'm going to go home tonight and probably have a shower and go to bed. You're going to stay here until 2 a.m. to edit?
Yeah. But, you know, it's funny, Marns, because a lot of me and Broden's work and troubles are brought on by ourselves, where I feel like yours is dictated by someone else. So that is so much less.
It's you and Broden.
Yeah, we say get here on Wednesday. No, Broden's
Bring snacks or you're out.
Well, no, I love how this has become your thing. Today we've got Cadbury Breakaway, milk chocolate biscuits, and what's this, Marns?
They're called Dreamy Choc Chip Cookies.
Oh, okay. I should try one of them for sure as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Broden's just on a shoot, a very important shoot, and it went a few hours over yesterday and it looks like it's going over today again. So he just called and he was like, let's just cut Big Brody out of this episode.
There's only so many roads you can take, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And, you know, he can't time travel yet, so, you know.
Bit piss poor, but that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right, great. News?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, as is quite often the case with news, it's a bit of a bummer. Max King, I thought we should start with Max King, suffered another knee injury.
Has he really? I did not hear about this.
Yeah, so he's out for the rest of the season because he's done a tear to his PCL of his left knee. So remember when he did his ACL, that was his right knee. He's now done a PCL in his left knee. And just to recap, he's just had back-to-back shoulder injuries. And now he's gotten to round 17 and he's done his knee. And
not to mention missed his draft year from an ACL as well, right?
Exactly.
Or missed the whole first season with St Kilda from an ACL?
Yeah, it was his draft year that he did it.
Yeah, so went into it. Still managed to get drafted high and everything. I think he needs a change of pace up to the Gold Coast. I'm strong at it now. I posed it as a question in Monday's podcast, but now I've changed my tune. Change of some fresh air. New environment up to the Gold Coast.
Would you actually like to see twins playing together on the same?
Oh, come on. Isn't that fun just for the novelty?
Yeah, I guess.
No, you don't think so?
I don't know. I like them being on opposite. I like them playing against each other.
That is cool. It's always cool when...
So a commentator's nightmare.
Yes, yeah. The M King, the B King. Yeah, no, it was cool when the DeConey brothers played against each other. It was... Yeah, Ben and Harry when they lined up against each other. That is fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's something about the two spearheads. Has it ever been done? I don't know. I don't know if... You've ever had two twin
the Carlton,
forwards?
aren't they gunning for the Camprioli?
Yeah.
Twins.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The Davey twins at Essendon, Alwyn and.
Is this recently? Or was this?
So only one of them has seen.
One of them played right. I was thinking the Scott brothers
Alwyn,
obviously
Davey,
played together.
And oh my goodness.
Can't find the other one.
This is bad of me.
No. Memory.
Oh, well, I put in brother and it came up with his dad. Okay, never mind.
I will chop.
Jaden.
Yeah, great. No, I don't think I've seen Jaden.
Yeah, Alwyn Jr. and Jaden Davey. Anyway.
Yeah, the Scott brothers must be the closest I can think of that have been superstars together, right? But I never watched footy back then, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Max. I think the St Kilda fans will be happy. He's turned into a massive whipping boy for them. All my Saints friends just want him gone. I just think that's outrageous.
Well, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about as well because he played out this. So he did the PCL tear just after halftime.
Right.
And he played the second half with that injury and it went down to the nail biter and they went down by 2 points.
Yeah. God, that would be so awful to play with that sort of injury. It must have just been pain and he kind of made it worse, right? Otherwise they wouldn't have sent him back out.
Well, yeah. I mean, should injured players be encouraged to quote unquote battle it out? Because I am massively against this, even just being for the health and well-being of the player, but also for the team, because one of the main criticisms of he was outmarked, he got heavily criticised.
He wants it out the back was what they were saying. He won't lead properly, won't crash marks.
Yeah, he didn't get to any contests and he didn't get a single goal.
Yeah.
And so he's now being heavily criticised, but also it was the coach's decision to play him.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't account for the first half of performance.
Totally.
But it was the coach's decision. Because do you remember when that happened in the 2022 grand final where Sydney played Sam Reid against Geelong?
No.
Oh, okay. So Sam Reid got injured in the prelim.
Yeah.
And Horse decided we're just going to play Sam Reid anyway. And then after, I don't even remember, but they got absolutely thumped.
Yeah,
it was 81
massive,
points
right?
that Sydney lost to Geelong by. And afterwards in the press conference, John Longmire said that was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
And he let down players, the coaching staff, fans. He let down everyone by making that decision, which great that he bore the brunt of it and took ownership for that. But in opting to risk Reid, they had a player out there who couldn't do their job.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not the first time I've heard that. I feel like it's almost a common thing is it's everyone knows this player's under an injury cloud and then goes out there and doesn't perform well. But you know what I find really crazy is so many people praising Jared Witts for playing out the game on the weekend. And I just think, no. Same. After what happened with track, why are we praising this?
No, I'm the same.
The same player, same injury, same, not exactly the same injury, broken vertebrae over busted spleen or whatever, but still.
What's he complaining for then?
Knee to the back, get off, mate. Track almost fucking died, mate.
Yeah.
Get off. Do not come back on and do not champion that shit.
Don't champion it. And it can that can be long-term effects.
Yeah.
Right?
I would be surprised if Witts comes back this year, right?
Yeah.
Broken vertebrae sounds brutal.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like something I would want.
Yeah, or to play out another, 8 physical games of football on.
Talking about injuries, Collingwood star duo Josh Dacos and Braden Maynard are in doubt to play Essendon on Friday night.
Are they really? What have they done? Because they played out the game as well, didn't they?
Yes. Dacos is still sore from a corked calf. A corked calf, come on. So we're talking about real injury. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Dacos has a corked calf. And Maynard is receiving treatment on a corked thigh.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
the Corkies.
So it might be a 1 weeker then.
Collingwood
hopefully.
Corkies.
Yeah. Who are they playing, Marns?
Essendon.
You did say that. I'm so sorry, I forgot.
And John Noble's out with concussion, and Bew McCreary's out with a calf strain. So they don't really have a whole lot of players.
Interesting how the AFL just keeps handing out, advantages to Essendon. Very interesting.
What's this agenda going on here? If I was to read you the headline, Forgotten Don on the verge of a return, can you guess who that might be?
I would wish it was Michael Hurley.
Oh my God, me too.
I was sad that Michael Hurley never got back to his best after being so good.
I wrote an Andy McGrath piece today, and in it, because I just referenced it, when he was the deputy vice captain and he was with Merritt and Hurley.
Yeah.
And I was like, seeing as we mentioned Hurley, can we put a photo of him in there?
That's so nice. But who else was I thinking? What about the other big defender? Is it a defender?
No.
Then I have no idea. Forgotten Essendon player. Give me the position. I'll try and guess.
God, I'm going to say midfield, but I feel like this person might
not really
Well, just
be
because I haven't seen
anymore.
them anywhere for a while.
Oh, I know who it is. The one who came from GWS.
Yep.
Yay. What's their name?
Dylan Shield.
Dylan Shield. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. Who was such a gun and such a someone everyone pointed to as gym and standards and training and all that sort of stuff. And then, has been out of form and not playing or has been injured?
Well, he's been playing in the VFL.
Okay.
And he's been apparently the best on field. But it was hit with injuries before that.
So they're letting him take his time to come back, I guess.
I mean, yes, but also I think that So he was sidelined over summer with foot surgery.
Okay, brutal.
And he played only 12 games last year, largely due to injury, but I would also say that he has to fight for team selection.
Yeah, totally.
Especially with the likes of Sam Durham just doing so well. And there's a lot of other players in Essendon's mid. And Nick Marns also playing really well.
Yeah.
The halfback, yeah.
Yeah, stopping, getting 30 disposals.
And he's good.
Yeah, he's great. But that is exciting, I guess. Any team that's going to make a real run at finals has great depth, I think. So good for Essendon, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I mean, also great depth might be doing some heavy lifting. Do you care for the Dusty chat?
What's the Dusty chat? Yeah, tell me.
Oh, just, is he going to keep playing? Is he going to finish his career at Richmond? Is he going to go to the Gold Coast and join Damien Hardwick?
It's very interesting. I wonder, I feel like before the 300th game, I didn't think he would be particularly sentimental, but after seeing that, that changed my tune. I was thinking he probably doesn't care. He'll probably just go up and play with Gold Coast with Dimmer, stay away from the press and enjoy a couple of extra years on his career. Now seeing that, I'm not sure. I feel like maybe he will retire, right?
I mean, genuinely don't know. And I feel like as soon as I even came into the age, which was 2 years ago, the conversation was Dusty watch, see where he goes. Is he going to go here? Is he going to even before Damien Hardwick left Richmond? It was is he going to stay or is he going? And there's never been anything, I think, from his camp even suggesting that he could leave. It's all other people. It's even just being like Damien Hardwick saying this has been brought about because he said that the club would be mad not to consider having someone of his calibre to their team. Yeah. And it's obviously. Yeah. But also that's not come from Dusty.
Yeah, maybe it is so crazy because he is one of those, the party is actually, watertight and they actually don't leak info and they actually, no one knows what Dusty's doing. So he's a great one to speculate about.
Maybe he doesn't even know.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing when he had that off from GWS. I genuinely believed until the night before I heard him say about how he, told all the teammates and stuff. I genuinely believe until he went over to talk to his dad in New Zealand until the night before he wasn't sure. So maybe he just genuinely doesn't know for sure.
Yeah. God, Richmond are going to be an interesting side to watch. I'm going to, I know that they've had a lot of recent success recently, but they lose Liam Baker. And again, no indication that he's from Western Australia and there's a bunch of stuff there. But totally. I'm not suggesting that he would leave. But if he does, oh my God. Like Grimes is on his way out. Their CEO's on his way out.
Totally. Yeah, no, maybe Rioli as well. I think the Rioli rumours are really interesting. I think the Suns might overpay a little bit. I don't think they'll go crazy though. But I think same thing, like the Suns would be crazy not to try and poach a few older players now that they're in a really good place to push for finals and stuff.
Well, yeah, especially oh God, I hate being, especially for standards.
Yeah.
They sound like such cliched athletes.
But genuinely. Yeah, it is genuine because I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, who's won a premiership on the Gold Coast? And I was like, Brandon Ellis, but he's not part of the best 22 necessarily. Who else comes to mind?
Literally right now, no one.
No one. So yeah, go get a few go do the thing. Go get
Damien Hardwick.
That. But go get a Brad Hill when they've retired, but get him to play a couple more years. Anyone who's played in a premiership or two or perhaps three.
Maybe you and I should build a team. Yeah, maybe we should be on Tassie's recruitment.
Yes, that would be fun. We could be official Tasmania ambassadors.
I wouldn't hate it, actually.
Yeah, that would be so fun. I love Tassie.
And I love their Guernsey, no matter what people say.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you there.
I found some of the commentary around Jordan Boyd getting off and being available against GWS is very fun. Even Carlton tweeting Jordan Boyd is now back available for the Brownlow. He also is available for team selection. It's quite funny.
A great friend of the pod, Jordan Boyd.
I know.
Very nice character. And we love Carlton, we love Jordan Boyd, but
also just like the jokes like that from the club couldn't come from the club unless he signed off on it.
Yes.
Like they probably come from him.
I think, having only met him for an hour, I think, yes. He seemed like a very funny, down-to-earth, chill dude. So, yes.
Yes. But also just lol at that just being like a marathon of a tribunal hearing this. Oh, my goodness gracious. Honestly, like, I don't know how you feel about it, but it's just like, what's the point of a match review officer if you're just going to contest every decision that they make, and then the amount of money that clubs are spending, that the AFL is spending to hold these tribunals every single week?
Yeah, I find them a bit tiresome, and I lost very interest. I barely followed this Jordan Boyd trial. Like I really
neither.
Could not care.
Yeah. So I saw the outcome and I was like, great.
Yeah, exactly. Even the Danger one the week before, I know we spoke about it and it did have some interesting angles and some interesting storylines to it. As like the head of the AFLPA and stuff. But I was still like, couldn't care less if Danger plays on that, like honestly.
Oh, did you watch the game? I cared.
Like it's not around 24, Carlton has to win it to be in it and it's Crips. Then it's like, yes, I understand the hysteria, but mid-season on a team that's going fine with a good player.
Okay, so this was a conversation we had in the office, which I think is really interesting. So Essendon losing to Geelong means that they're more likely to not finish top 4 at the end of the season.
Yeah.
If you are Essendon and forget premiership, all you want to do is break the finals drought.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish 4th or 5th?
Yeah, if you can,
because if you're finishing 4th and you're playing Sydney
in Sydney,
and then great, you're not winning that.
No, you're getting destroyed.
And then your second chance is against Carlton, Collingwood, or Brisbane.
Yeah, who on their day can destroy anyone.
Yeah.
Or you get to play Suns at home,
exactly,
in front of 90,000 fans.
Exactly,
make bank.
Yeah.
Destroy the Suns and then get knocked out next week. I'm with you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're more likely to do better if you finish 5th potentially.
It's interesting though. Like I think that's a really interesting discussion because it's something that gets thrown around in the NBA a lot. Is just like, we get hyper focused around in the NBA around like, oh, LeBron only made it to the East Coast Finals. He didn't make it to the finals. Like what a failure of a year and stuff. But there are so many clubs out there, like smaller market teams that having 7-game series, is a huge win financially, marketing wise. Like that's a huge success. So if Essendon, I'm sure there's a lot of people on the board that just 2 games in front of 90,000 fans of the MCG would be a fucking huge win on so many angles. You know what I mean? Win, lose or draw, right? Obviously the goal is to win premierships.
Of course.
But just to be there every year
But Essendon aren't winning the premiership this year.
No, I'd still be surprised.
Finals drought already.
You know, like.
But then there is that tiny part of me, and I might regret saying this on the mic, but there's that tiny part of me that's just like, but the women will do it first.
Oh, yeah.
This year the women will do it first.
Yeah. I'm with you there, 100%.
One more news piece, which I find quite interesting. I'm assuming that you don't know probably a lot about Freo AFLW.
No.
But Ange Stannard has been announced as the Freo captain.
Okay.
Reasons why this is interesting is Hayley Miller has been the captain now for, I'll just get up how long that's actually been. I want to say 3 years, but... Yeah, so for the past 3 seasons, Miller has been the captain, and this is like a team voted thing. Yeah. Miller's been the captain, and there's been no indication that she wouldn't be the captain. Again, she's done a fantastic job. Stannard won the last BNF. Yeah. She's like, I would say their best player, obviously. Yeah. She won the BNF, but like their BNF, but like fantastic. She did her ACL in training this year. So they've named her, and she's been voted in as captain, even though she's not going to play a single game this year.
And so is Miller like vice and will be actually captaining on game day?
Yes, so Miller will go to vice, and the presumption will be that she will be the captain on game day every year. And like a lot of fans online have been like, this is really a weird decision. Potentially it's a way to keep Stannard like really involved in the club while she's recovering from her ACL. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting.
Is there any indication that Miller didn't particularly enjoy being captain?
Well, that's it. It's like, no. And I mean, gone down to vice captain, but that could also be something there, right? Like Miller could definitely been like, okay, well, maybe I want to take a back seat. And also because like the intense pressure of being a captain, I don't want to compare to like the men's, but especially in the W, it's not like you can just be the captain and captain the club. You also have to be like an advocate of the league.
Yeah. And that's what I had in the back of my head. I was like, maybe Miller is like happy for a year off the media stuff, can captain on game day and really lead from the front, but not have to go to fucking captain day photos and front of press and stuff. Maybe that's a nice little arrangement. Or honestly, something weird's going on.
I know. And I was like, honestly, it feels like Freo have just worked this out internally. Yeah. This is the best option for all of them. Yeah. And they've put out there, and then everyone online's going to be like, what the hell?
I hope that's true, or Miller might be asking for a trade.
Come to Essendon.
Yeah.
No. Are you happy on the news front?
Yeah, that was so good. Should I go to tipping?
Yep.
Yell out tipping.
Wait, you need me to yell out
tipping.
In my
tipping.
head, I'm
tipping.
You're on.
All right. Round 17.
I know. I can't believe it. Like only a few weeks ago, I was thinking, God, there's so much left in the season. Now 7 weeks.
Starting off with a cracker on Friday night. 7:40 at the MCG is perfect, but in my head I'm just like, God, that's going to be cold.
It's going to be freezing. It was 0 degrees again today.
Yeah, I know.
In the morning.
It was proper icy as I was going to work this morning. Collingwood, Essendon.
Are you working or are you going?
I'm working.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that'll be fun as. I'm really surprised that 81% people are tipping Collingwood.
Yeah, same. I've tipped Collingwood, but I am so tempted to change it to Essendon. It's I feel like Collingwood makes more sense, but then they have just been hit with so many injuries, and it's not even just being like, okay, we've got key players out. It's how do you adjust to those key players out, and the systems change.
Totally, and they've just had this problem all year and have been worse than last year because of this, I feel. And they've got some form issues as well, whereas I think Essendon have been proving me wrong consistently despite a poor loss last week. So I would be okay if it was like 60% tipping Collingwood and 40% Essendon, but 81-19 I think is wild.
I think that's wild as well. I genuinely think Essendon have a shot here. It's just also that like I can't remember the last time Essendon had like a solid win over Collingwood. Like they had the draw on Anzac Day, and then last year Anzac Day I know that Collingwood had that comeback win because Essendon were up by 28 points at 3/4 time and they lost it. But they would have played again last year, and I can't remember what happened then. But I just can't remember Essendon having like a good outing against Collingwood recently. Yeah,
right. So I'm never across that sort of stuff. But what I can say is no Dacos, no Maynard, but Dylan Shields for Essendon.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
He's a maybe.
I'm going to tip Essendon, I think. And I'm normally the naysayer with Essendon. So.
And Andy McGrath's 150th. Didn't that come around so quickly? When I was chatting to him yesterday, this is one of my favorite lines that he gave me, where we were just basically talking about that. I was like, it's weird for me to hear him talk about like ushering in younger players and like helping them and seeing them rise through the ranks and stuff. Because I'm like, in my head, you're still a young player. My head, you're still a baby. So what do you mean? But he was like, oh, I feel middle-aged.
Okay.
But young in my life.
Yes.
Like in terms of being a football player, he feels like.
Yeah, no, that must be so. I've thought about that. It must be so weird being like, I'm 36, I think, this year, or 35.
McGrath's 26.
And I feel like so much of my life is ahead of me. And I feel like my career is just getting started, literally. Whereas like for so many footy players, they would be retired 6 years ago.
I know.
That must be such a crazy, weird thing. And that's why so many footy players probably find it hard to adjust to life posts thing. Did you ask Andy McGrath how he runs so fast?
Sorry.
That's what I would ask.
No, okay.
How do you do it?
No, question that. It's actually really disappointing because he actually was so thoughtful and considered.
Yep.
He answered my question. Like he thought about my questions and he answered them. And we also just had like regular chit chat in there, which means you get some like fun anecdotes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like I only get 800 words to play with, and what you want to know as an Essendon fan right now or like a reader is how do they feel about like the current season and where they are in the context of the season, in the context of like what happened last year and that. So it's like all of this good stuff I can't even share.
Are you allowed to like just write the longer piece if you wanted to and release it just on a blog or something?
No.
That's so weird.
Well, he's told me as the age. Like he's told the masthead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, like I bet you that there'd be people that wanted to read your long form of that. Obviously, you probably don't have time to write the long form.
I'm just like so impressed. I know that I shouldn't, but I'm still so impressed whenever I like interview a footy player and they're so polite.
Yes.
Like overly polite. Because also, especially being an Essendon player of late, you would have every reason to be distrustful of the media or to be annoyed at the media or to, like, you don't have to give these like, like he doesn't have to thank me for my time.
Yes.
Not once, but multiple times. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally.
And we talked for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good and really nice of him.
Yeah, anyway, I'm a big Andy McGrath stan now.
Yeah, so
not that I wasn't before, but...
I wasn't before. I am now.
And I told you he does stuff with AFL Canada.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
I didn't respond to you about that.
I know.
Yeah. What did you dig into that any deeper or?
Not really. We were just kind of talking about, because I wanted to know... because he goes back to Canada every few years, if that is helpful in putting everything that happens within the footy bubble in perspective, because it happens with me and I'm not a player. It happens like that's highly scrutinized. Like every time I travel outside of Victoria, Australia, it's just like, oh, these things that feel so weighty and important, and you go to Japan and no one's ever heard of. You know.
Yeah, go to Queensland and literally it's hard to strike up a conversation about the AFL.
And it's just like, some of these things that we treat like life and death are actually okay.
It's actually pretty chill.
Yeah, and then that's how we got onto Canada.
Yeah, it's also the joy of it though, I'll just say really quickly. Just like the joy is how seriously we take it and how much it matters as well. Yes. It's a little bit of both.
Yes. North Suns.
So I know who you're tipping, Marns.
No, you don't, because I got talked out of it.
Did you?
Yeah, so originally I tipped North.
Yeah.
As I texted you earlier in the week, whether I would be a banana for doing that.
Yeah.
And I still think that North can really win this. I feel like they're due for a win. They've had some close ones against good opposition recently. It's away for the Suns and the Suns don't win away.
Yeah.
I feel like North can do this.
I think North will definitely win.
Oh, definitely.
This would be, you know how people ask, what's your smokey of the week? I'd be like, this is my confidence smokey. No one else will tip North. Suns are not enough people watch the Suns. That's what I'm really realizing. And I know I talk about the Suns too much for a team that no one watches. But on Sunday, just realizing, going through people's feedback and what they were passionate about for the week and not seeing a single person mention the Suns' best win ever. I was like, oh, no one cares about this team and no one watches. So I'm telling you, the Suns are a different team away from home.
Yeah, okay.
And we are bad away from home. We are, you know how people talk like a 6-goal advantage?
Yeah.
We're about 100 disposals in the midfield different away from home. Like the midfield
Didn't
just
Broden say
show
you
up.
have like the best midfield or whatever?
And we do at home. We just, like the midfield particularly does not show up away from home, and Wits will miss, I imagine. which is a huge part of that.
Okay, maybe I will change back to North.
Yeah, and North are good. I think North are okay. And yeah, they're so due another win.
And so when you say this is your confident Smokey,
Yeah.
name one time that you've had a confident Smokey this season that's come true.
That's come off? You know, I did have a few brags recently, but I can't remember what they were. I might have tipped a whistle. Yeah, I can't remember. I'll go through it one day and find out. But yeah, every now and then I get lucky on a tip.
Lucky on a tip. Port Adelaide Western Bulldogs.
Yeah. Where is this? At Adelaide Oval?
It's at Adelaide Oval, but honestly, did you watch, what was it, Port Saints? Did you watch Port Saints last weekend?
No, I didn't. I watched all that. Oh, Broden's calling me. Should I answer?
Yeah, of course.
Broden, you're live on the pod.
Hello.
How
Hello.
are you?
Very tired.
Yeah. Are you doing okay?
No.
Are you in Oakley?
Yeah.
Did you have a souvlaki?
No.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to win out of Port and Western Bulldogs at Adelaide Oval?
Western Bulldogs.
Yeah,
That's what
great.
I've gone.
Um,
Ask him if who's going to win out of Essendon and Collingwood.
yeah, Essendon and Collingwood. That's the one we want to know, Broden.
Collingwood.
I thought you were doing something here.
Yeah, I thought you were doing something here, mate.
I am.
He's
That's
tipping
what
Collingwood around. You know, I would say, Broden, the pod's gone very well. It's been really nice conversation and very flowy. Probably not as funny as when you're here, but still nice.
People probably enjoyed a lot more. I hope they're all. I apologise for not being there, but you've got the 18 there. Can I get a pog in the chat for Marnie on Monday's Experts? Oh my gosh. These two trailblazers here, one being up and vocal about invisible diseases and disabilities, and the other one owning the national broadcaster.
Yeah. No, I should have said that as well. I told Marnie off air that I thought it was a great episode and it had great chemistry and it was really funny. But yes, on air, Monday's Expert, Marnie Vinyl, star.
Yeah, and I'll be on this Monday with Darcy Moore.
Yeah, fun.
All right, well, I'm going to go now, but have a great episode.
Asking for a joke.
Don't forget
Right, tell a joke, Broden.
a joke.
Yeah, we need like something lighthearted, you know?
Would knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting Rex Hunt.
Interrupting Rex Hunt. Who?
I don't get it, but it's quite
great.
funny. All right, thanks, Brody. Go get some rest.
That's uphill.
Bye, mate.
Can I tell you my favourite joke?
Please.
Okay, so why do scuba divers fall backwards off the boat?
Why, Marnie?
Because if they fell forwards, they would still be in the boat.
Oh, yeah. But they could turn around, Marnie, but it is a good joke.
Usually that gets a laugh, but...
No, I'm dead inside, but it was very good. The only joke I know, like literally the only one I know is what did the fairy say to the toadstool?
What?
No, that's not the... What did the fairy say to... I can't remember.
Wow,
but
that's stunning.
The punchline is, geez, there's not mushroom.
Oh, I love doing that joke. Whenever there's like a mushroom dish, I'll always be like, oh, don't know if we'll have mushroom for dessert.
Anyway, what were you saying about the Saints versus Port?
I roll every time. Oh, that it was trash.
Yes.
That was such a bad game.
I had so much feedback on
Genuinely. Like it was, I don't think, putting that up, that kind of performance. And I know that and it was really good seeing Port get the win and everything that meant to Hinkley. Also just like... just watching, I feel like it was just such a good example of how toxic footy landscape can be. To go from booing him off 1 week. So the storyline of last 2 weekends ago is Hinkley's booed off by his own fans. 7 days later, and he's being widely praised because he teared up. And we've gone from one extreme to the other. Without any particular, with a 2-point win.
Yeah, 100%.
People need to calm down a little bit. And I think that he should be praised for that. And that was amazing. And actually, credit where credit is due. Sarah Jones is a fantastic interviewer. She's also so knowledgeable. I don't know whether you know this, notice this. But whenever she's presenting information, she will always, or asking a question, she'll feed the information into the viewer. So she'll bring you, she'll add so much context to the game and be so informative while she's asking questions.
Yeah.
She's honestly remarkable. And I think that she disarmed Hinkley so well that he immediately was just like, oh, I'm going to give an honest answer here because she's so good at her job. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think you just highlighted why I reject and can't get on board with so many without naming names like ex-footy players because they don't have that in them. They haven't learnt how to ask the right questions in the right way.
Yeah.
They haven't learnt, we did media training. Yeah, great. But you haven't learned that nuance and you probably never will.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think
Name
you just
one.
put your finger...
Is there one coming right to the top of your head? They recently win a premiership? Anyway.
Yeah, no
Sorry.
comment. But, I agree. And, when we talked about it on Sunday, I made sure that at least a couple of times I mentioned the Ken Hinkley and Sarah Jones.
Yes, I noticed that. I really appreciated that.
I noticed that. It was so well done by her as well.
Takes two to tango. But in saying that, Port were trash to watch. Sorry, but they were.
I'm surprised that Port are favourites, at least on the tipping website.
Oh, yeah. Bulldogs are favourites on the AFL website.
Yeah, right. Very interesting.
I'm tipping Bulldogs.
I'm tipping Bulldogs. It's 64-36 here, which I think just means a lot of the Port Adelaide fans are using the AFL tipping, I think, or whatever tipping site this is.
No, I mean, it's fair. It's Port who I would say still need to respond from the form drop that they've had.
Yeah, that was not convincing.
And they'll do it at home.
Yeah.
It'll be so interesting to see how Port fans react to another Hinkley loss or our Hinkley win.
Yes.
It'll be so interesting at home to see what they do.
That's the thing, because I agree with everything you said about how we need to calm our farms a bit. But it's also the thing I love about AFL as well, the nuff, how passionate and how silly the fans are.
Yeah, but don't target it at one person.
I know, I agree with you there. But there's nothing more I love doing. I'm part of a Melbourne Demons Facebook group.
Okay.
I don't use Facebook. I'm not in groups really, except for a couple of random things, right? But after a Melbourne loss, one of my favourite things to do is to go to the Melbourne Demons Facebook
and
group.
just tag Broden in everything.
the stuff that people type money.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. You know how people say, everyone at Essendon's blaming the umpires. That, but times a million. Everyone will blame one player or one decision. And I sort of love that about the fans as well. But also it is toxic.
Yeah.
It's super toxic.
You can be passionate without being but that's also, I think that, like, because that's in an enclosed environment. I mean, I know I assume this Facebook group is public.
Yes.
But it's not like it's not like everyone's in the DMs of this one player saying you should, X, Y, Z.
Or you cost us a game or whatever.
Yeah, when you're doing it, because I think that, like, when I watch games just with my friends, the things that I say out loud in the safe space that is just with them, I would never say to a player.
100%. Yeah. Or
a coach or
even verbally at a game, right?
Yes, never out loud in a public space. But if I'm just like watching with my best friend, I'd be like, who's being a bit of a dog today? No.
Yeah, you get to let the nuff out a bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you 100%.
Geelong Hawthorn.
What does yours say about the favourites on what you're looking at?
Geelong are favourites, but not by much.
82% to 18 on this one.
Yikes.
And I'm shocked. This is my second smokey. I cannot see Hawks losing this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Geelong did anything to convince me last week.
GMHBA?
Yeah, but, Hawthorn got that young dog in them. They don't mind.
They do.
They got that GWS energy from last year.
That rascal.
Free smoke anywhere, anytime sort of energy.
They really do.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun fact for you.
Okay, great.
Credit to the AFL because they put this on their Instagram. It's not from me. Hawthorn is the first club to ever sit 13th or lower with a positive win-loss record. Isn't that sick? That shows like how close the competition is. And it's just like what you and Broden were saying the other day, where it's just like you can win a game and be fourth and lose a game and be bottom four.
Yeah. We looked at our ladder predictions from the start of the year a few weeks ago, and all of us were like, God, we were crazy wrong about Brisbane, weren't we? We all were just like, geez, so wrong. And now they could easily make top four.
I know.
Insane. So,
I can't wait to revisit that again at the end of the season. See who's closest.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure you will be, Marns. You're very smart.
We'll see. But
yeah, Hawthorn, I can't see them losing this. I believe in them. Okay. They've got me convinced.
Also, while we're talking about Geelong, I loved the move of Tom Stewart to the midfield. I don't think you talked about this on.
No.
So I was like, I don't want to be repetitive, but I was
watching the other game a bit.
Yeah. Write down this as a note because I love the shake-up of like positions of good players who are just so positional.
Yes, because he's been such a good player for such a long time, but is out of form. So
5-time All-Australian defender.
Yeah.
5-time All-Australian defender.
But definitely the most out of form he's like ever been. So a 100%. Move a move like that sounds fantastic. I didn't notice, but
Yes. Oh yeah, and yeah, they moved him into the mid. Also because so he's been tagged, I would say quite successfully recently by Port, GWS, Sydney, Carlton, and then Essendon put Archie Perkins on him, and then Chris got absolutely bloody not put him on the ball.
Yeah, I love that. Take him for a run, as they say.
And he was good.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the Cats will continue him as a midfielder always. But the option's there.
Yes.
And it's definitely a lever you can pull.
A switch they can flick.
A switch they can flick whenever they want. And that's so exciting.
Yeah, I fucking love that. I think positionless footy is the way we've been going for ages, right? Like you'll never not have a ruckman, but the types like the guys like Brady Grundy that can be a ruckman and extra midfielder, like Gawn who can go back and be a defender. Yes, like more and more it's like I thought that guy was a midfielder and everyone's like, no, he's a forward. And I'm like, well, I saw him at a centre bounce, so
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think yes, absolutely. It's invaluable, those sort of players that can just
God, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but just as you bring up Grundy, I get a little bit annoyed when people are just like, how are people putting Grundy in the same conversation as Gawn? He's only been good for 17 rounds or whatever. I'm just like, are we forgetting that he's a 2-time All-Australian? Like he dropped form but recently and also was but also was severely underutilized at Melbourne.
And then was significantly injured before that.
Yeah, he's always been a good or has the potential there to be really good. It's not like he is in his first season. Yeah,
I think Gawn's been better for longer at this point now, but those years when Gawn and Grundy were in their prime, Grundy was significantly better at times for sure. I think Gawn is the greatest ruckman of all time. Let's get that very clear, because of his significant performance week after week for years now. But yes, when they were at their best and head to head, Grundy was better a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's not like he's just popped out of nowhere. Anyway.
Broden doesn't agree with me, but I think he is potentially the number one reason why the Swans have been so much better this year than last.
Yeah, they've got an extra midfielder.
Yeah.
And also for team spirit. I don't know, he's just a good boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
It's like you're getting a golden retriever into an already good boy culture.
Yeah.
Oh.
He used to shop at my Coles. I used to see him on Sunday mornings.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but not anymore because I don't work at Coles and he's living in Sydney.
Giants Carlton.
Yeah. Poor GWS. They really made me believe for a while.
Oh, yeah, and also Josh Kelly's out.
Out? Injured?
Yes, he's sidelined with a calf injury.
Yeah, brutal.
Up to 5 weeks.
That hurts a lot. Josh Kelly's one of those quietly one of the best players in the competition sort of guys.
He's really good.
He's really, really good. Mm-hmm. And it's like one of those ones where you actually watch a Giants game and take notice of him. You're like, oh my God, he's a superstar.
Yeah, and because Sam Taylor's also out.
Yes.
That's going to hurt, especially when you're going up against the tall timber that is
yes, 100%.
Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay.
Yeah, no, I think Carlton get this done comfortably. Yeah. And if they can't and GWS wins, then it's like GWS watch.
But I like it in the context of everyone's being like, well, I guess it's Sydney and Carlton in the grand final, which is such a boring thing to...
Yeah.
Are we seeing how competitive it is?
At this podcast.
I would love Carlton to lose one soon just to shake up that conversation.
Yeah, and I don't think they're indefeatable as no team is like Sydney losing last week or whenever it was. So yeah, I could definitely see Carlton losing a couple even from here, but still being really strong.
Can I please have a tissue?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you know what might be fun?
Yeah.
Maybe we should... Sorry, I'm just thinking about this now, but we should put pick a game of the round and then we put it in as a poll in the YouTube thing. Is that fun?
Yeah, totally. So what's the game of the round, I wonder?
I mean, my bias is... I don't even think it's my bias to say it's Collingwood Essendon.
All right, I will put it in the chat.
Or is it Carlton GWS? Is it Geelong Hawthorn? That's interesting. Geelong Hawthorn's interesting.
I'm very surprised at how biased all the the margins are. I think a lot of them are going to be closer, or a lot of people are wrong about a lot of things. Is my 2 cents. All right, how do I do a poll?
Oh, if it's too hard, I was just like, maybe that's a fun interaction thing we can always do.
Yeah, I should have been ready for it.
No.
Yeah, I don't even have it. Yeah, remind me to do that next week, Marns.
Okay.
That's on the agenda for next week.
Okay, I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, fucking A.
Unless everyone in the chat's like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do your stupid little polls. Bring Broden back. Freo Tigers.
Yeah, so I think this should be an easy win for Fremantle, wouldn't you say?
Especially at Optus, you would hope so.
You would hope so, exactly.
You
right.
would bloody hope so.
You would bloody hope so. You bang on.
Another one that you'd think would be easy is Melbourne West Coast. So Eagles have that.
Yeah, I think Melbourne did impress me last week despite a loss. I thought they might have capitulated further.
Yeah.
But West Coast really didn't look very good last week either.
No, I think Melbourne have this in the bag.
Yeah.
You would really hope so. It's at the MCG. And as Broden pointed out, there's a lot of youth that are starting to get a bit of confidence, I would say.
Yeah, I think Trent Rivers is a gun. I think if West Coast had have really shown up last week, I'd be tempted to tip them, but yeah.
Poor.
So yeah.
Really poor.
No chance. I'm definitely going with Melbourne too, I think.
Yeah, I was working last Sunday and I did the Port St Kilda.
Yeah.
And then I did the West Coast. Who did they even play? I don't remember now. So boring.
I can't remember either, to be honest.
Because they just ran over the top of them. Saints, Sydney.
Yeah. I think it's going to be quite a boring Sunday, don't you?
Yep. I think Sydney might have that one.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how much Saints can suck the life out of this and keep it to a 60, 100, like sort of beating. We'll see if they can keep the score low, perhaps. That could be like a fun thing to watch.
Mm-hmm. Brisbane, Adelaide.
This might be closer than it suggests. I think Brisbane will definitely win.
Same.
But Adelaide have just sort of been showing up randomly.
Yeah. And also, is Adelaide one of those sides at the moment where it's like, okay, well, we really don't have anything to lose at the moment. It's not like we're in finals contention. Balls to the wall, actually play better.
Yeah, 100% they do. Yeah. This Rankin move to the midfield or, at least playing some midfield time I have loved. Yeah, I think pressure's off. I don't think, Knights is under Matthew Knights. Is that his name? Matthew Knight? Yeah, he's under too much pressure or anything. So I think it's just they can have fun and it's probably definitely better for them.
Are you thinking of the Adelaide coach?
Yeah.
You mean Matthew Nix?
What did I say?
Knights. And I was
Who's
thinking
Matthew Knights?
I don't know, but I was like, I don't know who's
No, I knew I was saying the wrong thing, but I was like, I'll just go with it, Just speak with confidence, Marnie,
Say anything you want.
Nix, that's right. Nix, yes.
Okay. I hope we did okay.
You did excellently, Marnie. Fantastic, informative, fun, light, interesting chat.
Not enough jokes.
I mean, I lean.
That's okay. I'm not a funny
heavily-
person.
Either am I. I've leaned very heavily on Broden for the funny. But if we weren't hilarious, I hope at least we were entertaining and interesting.
Yeah.
And at least light and fun.
Yeah.
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 And I feel like you
I
delivered that
agree.
at the very least. Hopefully Broden shows up on Sunday, but he might not.
Yeah, who knows now? He's got bigger and better things to do.
Yeah.
Apparently.
He's got shoots to do. And
Oh, God. Leave us little folk behind.
yeah, places to drive to apparently.
No, not even getting a suva.
Yeah, not even.
He's above that now.
All I know, I've never been to Oakley, but all I've heard is it's Greece, and that's where you go for a souvlaki. That's what I've been told. People in the chat can let me know if I'm wrong about that, but I hear Oakley's little Greece.
Oh,
Little Athens.
I could actually do with a suva.
Yeah, nice falafel. Do you go falafel or what do you do?
Oh, if I didn't eat dinner tonight, wait, no, that's it. If I never go to Oakley, then I'll probably feel awful
Because you have
because then I won't get a falafel.
falafel. Yeah, that was very good money.
Well, it got a great reaction.
The chat is pogging off, Marns, about pogging off about your excellent food.
Yeah, pog off, bounce that pill.
Amazing. Thank you, everyone. How was that? We'll hang around and answer some questions in the chat just for a little bit.
Tell my Bellingham joke again. I know. I really fucked up that Bellingham joke because I didn't set it up at all. Because when Tony threw to me, I should have just set it up. It should have been like England were 30 seconds away from being kicked out of the Euros when Jude Bellingham, with a bicycle kick, scored the equaliser to send them into extra time, and then Harry Kane got the winner. So you could say that England was saved by the Bellingham. But instead I just went, So you reckon England was saved by the bell, Lingham, with no context, which is no one got it. That's
So
why I got no laughs.
I didn't get it, but I assume that everyone else got it.
No, I don't think they did.
But I liked it. I was like,
Okay.
Marns coming in with the jokes. Fuck yeah.
I know.
I was all about it. I was like, take it to Guy. Take it to Guy. Loved it.
You think you're the comedian? Watch this. And then I just tell I just say something that has no context.
But, got a good reaction from the audience as well.
Did you know that Oakley's good for coffee too?
Really? Greek coffee, I wonder.
I don't know. Thornbury's good for Greek coffee, I hear.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Thornbury has a Greek presence. Genuinely shocked you haven't been to Oakley, Tom. Yep.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Freo fielding the youngest team of round 16? I did not know that.
That's interesting.
That is super interesting.
Yeah.
Freo.
Freo should be, on paper.
Yeah, I think we'd all be so much more hype on Freo this year if they hadn't have literally phoned in last year.
Yeah.
I remember the year before that they played really well and made finals, I think. Or at least were really around it. Then last year they just didn't show up. So yeah. I think
it's just there's so much promise. To have Brayshaw and Sarong together. God.
Yeah, and now Hayden Young running through there.
He's great. Hayden
Young's really good. And still got like a bit of maturity in that midfield when they needed as well with Jaeger and Mira and a few bits and pieces, So, yeah, very fun. And they've got my mate from Gold Coast as well. What's his name? Jeremy Sharp.
Great name.
Gun. Absolute gun.
Oh, I had one of my moments when, I think this was literally 2 weeks ago, but Broden was like, who's that player that never misses? Oh, it's that player that never misses. I was just screaming, it's Jaya Miss.
You felt like a fan. You got to have that experience.
I was screaming, I was like, it's Jaya Miss.
I cannot even imagine because it just must be awful. Staying at home listening to me and Broden just get everything wrong and forget everyone's names. Mokhtar.
That was so much fun. I had so much fun.
What's a Mokhtar?
A DJ.
Oh, cool.
My friend took me.
Yeah.
And I had so much. It was Rising. It was one of those events as well where it's just like so nice to just properly switch your brain off and just like enjoy your surroundings.
Yes, that's what I quite like about music and of those sorts of events. 100%. Thoughts on Sicily injury?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Sicily.
What happened to him?
I've closed the tab.
So I expect you to just have all the answers.
No, I want to, I really want to be at that point, but I was so pushed today, this week. 100%. This week, I'm so tired.
No, you did a fantastic job, mate. Thank you very much, Tech Crones. Appreciate it. Greg says, entertaining pod tonight.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Hopefully Scrimmer can hold the fort. Yeah, I feel like Sicily gets injured every now and then, and it's brutal when he goes down.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah, he is very important. I think he's a great leader, actually. I really like what Hawthorn are doing.
Yes, 100%.
But I'm saying that now with being really cautious that when they start properly doing really well and are really hard to beat, that I'll have very different feelings about a successful Hawthorn side.
Yeah. Any team that's had historic success is like it's fun on the rise. It's the same with Sydney. I'm loving it right now, but if they go on to play this well for more than one season, I'll be like, oh God.
I know.
Fuck off. So I hear you there.
I do love Sydney. It's not like people are sticking around to listening anyway, but just because I had my joke, not even a joke, my bold prediction that Sydney wouldn't win the flag.
Yeah.
That was just because I wanted to have tie different episodes of Monday's Experts together because Broden said that they would win the flag, and I also want to have banter with Tony.
Yeah.
I love you, Sydney.
I feel like
I love you so much, Sydney.
You're playing chess and everyone's playing checkers, Marns. That's what I would say with all your jokes and all your bold predictions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's got to get on your level to get what you're saying. That's what I reckon.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, should we say goodbye?
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone that's still stuck around till now. That's so lovely. I'm sorry that Broden wasn't here. I hope that it was still fun and entertaining. Everyone feel free to bully Broden about it.
Yes, please.
Please
pop
spam. Off. Yeah, pop off.
Pog off even.
Pog off.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you can. Also, maybe it's because I threatened on Instagram that I was going to throw haymakers because he said that Essendon were going to finish 11th and he doesn't even show up.
He's scared.
Who won that battle?
Scared to face Marns, I reckon.
It was me.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday or no. Oh, you know what I should do? I should just shout out on Saturday. We have Mish Wittrup on the pod, who's one of my favorite people ever. So make sure you tune into Saturday's episode. We did top 8 sports films with Mish because Mish has a movie podcast, and I very
Bend It
much
Like Beckham better be. She's the man better be in there.
Neither. Spoiler: Bend It Like Beckham and She's the Man did not make Mish's top 8.
I'm not fucking listening.
I mean, she's clearly not a feminist, right? Like,
yeah, hates women.
Hates women, clearly.
God.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.